Hello, today we will study Chapter 12 of Class 12 Geographic Perspective on Selected Issues and Problems. Pollution. Harmful change for animals and plants in the environment is called pollution. Different components of environment have a definite composition. When some other element is added to these components, their basic composition is altered, and this change is called pollution. Environment. The external conditions surrounding an organism or a community are its environment. The environment has two components. One is natural, physical environment, and the other is human environment. Environmental pollution. It results from the release of substances and energy from waste products of human activities. Types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and noise pollution. Types and sources of pollution: air pollution. Pollution involve oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, ammonia, lead, aldehydes, asbestos, and beryllium. Sources of pollution: combustion of coal, petrol and diesel, industrial processes, solid waste disposal, sewage disposal, etc. Water pollution: odor, dissolved and suspended solids, ammonia and urea, nitrate and nitrates, chloride, fluoride, carbonates, oil and grease, insecticide and pesticide, residue, tannin, coliform MPM, sulfates and sulfates, heavy metals, for example, lead, arsenic, mercury, manganese, etc., radioactive substances. And sources of pollution: sewage disposal, urban runoff, toxic effluents from industries, runoff over cultivated lands and nuclear power plants. Soil pollution. And the pollution involved in the soil pollution are human and animal etc., viruses and bacteria, garbage and vector terrains, pesticides and fertilizer residue, alkalinity, fluorides, radioactive substances. Sources of pollution: improper human activities, disposal of untreated industrial waste, use of pesticides and fertilizers. Noise pollution: high level of noise above tolerance level. And sources of pollution are aircrafts, automobiles, trains, industrial processing, and advertising media. Now, first we study water pollution. The changes in the quality of water due to human or natural activities that render water unsuitable for human consumption or for other organisms, agriculture, fisheries, and entertainment. Causes of water pollution are chemicals used in agriculture, detergents, urban waste, religious and cultural gatherings along riverbanks, inadequate sewage systems and toilets, half-burned and unburned dead bodies, natural factor, drilling in sea for petroleum, nuclear waste. Sources of pollution in the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. Rivers and state. Ganga flows from Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. Polluted stretches downstream of Kanpur, downstream of Varanasi, Farukhka barrage to Allahabad. Nature of pollution: industrial pollution from towns like Kanpur, domestic waste from urban centers, dumping of carcasses in the river. Main polluters: cities of Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna and Kolkata release domestic waste into the river. And river Yamuna flows from Uttarakhand, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. Polluted stretches Delhi to confluence with Chambal, Mathura and Agra. And nature of pollution is extraction of water by Haryana and Uttar Pradesh for irrigation, agricultural runoff resulting in high levels of micropollutants in the Yamuna, domestic and industrial waste of Delhi flowing into the river. And main polluters of Yamuna river is Delhi dumping its domestic waste. Quality criteria for fresh water. First, the first group of water can be consumed without purification just by removing germs. Second, Water of the second group is considered safe for bathing. Third, water of third category can be consumed after purifying it through methods and making it germs free. The fourth group of water is suitable for fisheries. It is suitable for wildlife also. The fifth group of water can be used for irrigation, industrial air conditioning and controlled disposal of waste. Harmful effects of water pollution: spread of diseases, loss of soil fertility, loss of plants and animals, and eutrophication. Control of water pollution by management of garbage, by sewer systems and toilets, through electrical crematoriums, treatment of industrial and urban wastewater, and implementation of strict laws. Now, air pollution. Addition of any undesired smell, solid, gas or dust to air and any unnecessary interference in living conditions due to this is called air pollution. Harmful effects of air pollution: effect on weather and climate, effect on the health of people, effects on animals and plants, and effects on structures like buildings. Control of air pollution: use of lead-free petrol, complete check on burning of fossil fuels, use of more fuel-efficient engines, use of filters in smokestacks, locating factories away from dense settlements, use of pollution-free energy resources, avoid high smokestacks, restricting use of harmful chemicals. Now, noise pollution. An undesirable sound which is unbearable, irritating and affects the human brain is known as noise pollution. The sound of 5 decibel, it is the SI unit of measuring noise. So the sound of 5 decibel is low, up to 25 decibel is normal, and the sound which is more than 25 decibel is called noise. Harmful effects of noise pollution: headache, deafness, irritation and difficulty in talking and listening to others due to noise. This disturbs the concentration and working capacity of people and leads to discomfort, fatigue and lack of sleep. Too much noise can lead to health problems like high blood pressure. Control on noise pollution. Checking the sources of noise, there is a need to enact laws and strictly implement them. Ban should be imposed on use of old and noisy machines and equipments. Reducing the bursting of crackers on festivals like Diwali. Ocean 10 times noisier today than 40 years ago. A study by Scripps Institute of Oceanography has revealed that ocean noise has increased tenfold since the 1960s. The reasons could be due to the vast increase in the global shipping trade, the number of ships plying the oceans and higher speed of vessels. Urban waste disposal. What is urban waste? It is ashes, garbage, CDs, mixed solid waste, polythene bags, broken glassware, plastic containers, poor sanitary conditions, significant quality of solid waste, pieces of metals, overcrowding, congestion, inadequate facilities. Sources of urban waste. First is household establishments, thrown in public lanes, private contractor sites, and second is industrial establishments like thrown in low-lying public grounds. Effects of solid waste. First, health hazard due to obnoxious smell, flies and rodents. Second, disease like typhoid, diphtheria, diarrhea, malaria, cholera. Third, they are spitted through rainwater. And fourth, industrial waste dumping in the rivers cause water pollution. Example, Ganga and Yamuna. Case study. Daurala village near Meerut is a role model to restore the ecology and safeguard human health. It is based on the universal law, polluter pays. Effort to restore the ecology and safeguard the human health with people's participation has taken place in Dorala near Meerut. So these efforts are now bearing fruits after a span of 3 years when Meerut-based NGO had developed a model for ecological restoration. The meeting of the Dorala industrial officials, NGOs, government officials and other stakeholders at Meerut has brought out the results. The overhead water tanks capacity in the village was enhanced and a 900-meter extra pipeline was laid to supply potable water to the community. Large quantity of silt was removed, paving way to large quantity of water so that it recharged the aquifers. Rainwater harvesting structures have been constructed. 1,000 trees have also been planted which have improved the environment of Dorala. Rural-urban migration. So what are the reasons? You have already studied in the first chapter, demand for labor in urban areas, undevelopment of rural areas, and low job opportunities in rural areas. And its effects. What are the effects of rural-urban migration? Lack of male population in rural areas, overcrowded in metropolitan cities, pressure on infrastructure of cities, and cause of slum in metros. Some important facts. At present, 47% of the world's 6 billion population lives in cities and more will join them in near future. So this proportion is estimated to go up to 50% by 2008. That will put pressure on governments to make urban areas better places to live with optimum infrastructure facilities for desirable quality of life. By 2050, an estimated 2 by a third of the world's population will live in urban areas, imposing even more pressure on the space, infrastructure and resources of cities, which are manifested in terms of sanitary, health, crime, problems and urban poverty. Urban population grows as a result of natural increase, net immigration and sometimes reclassification of urban areas to encompass formerly rural population settlements. In India, it is estimated that after 1961, around 60% of the urban growth has been attributed and 29% of them from rural areas to urban migration. Now, problem of slum areas. Least choice, they don't have any options. Dilapidated houses, poor hygienic conditions, poor ventilation, lack of drinking water, light, toilet facilities, overcrowded, narrow streets, low paid workers, prone to diseases, alcoholism, vandalism, apathy, social exclusion. It's a picture of Dharavi, located in Mumbai. It is Asia's largest slum. So Dharavi, Asia's largest slum. It is locality in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, considered to be one of Asia's largest slums. It has an area of just over 2.1 square kilometers. Only one main road leading through Dharavi, which is called 90-foot road. Sanitation in the slums remains poor. The most polluting industry is tanneries is there. The living quarters and small-scale factories grew haphazardly. No provision for sanitation, drains, safe drinking water, roads or other basic services. The low-rise building style and narrow street structure of the area make Dharavi very cramped and confined. Land degradation. It is generally understood either as a temporary or a permanent decline in productive capacity of the land. And what are the causes of land degradation? It is caused by natural agents like gully erosions, ravenous land, deserted, coastal sands, barren rocky areas, steep sloping land and glacial areas. It is caused by natural as well as human factors like waterlogged in marshy areas, land affected by salinity and alkalinity, land with or without scrub. and caused by human action, pressure on agriculture due to population, degraded shifting cultivated areas, degraded land under plantation crops, degraded forests, degraded pastures, mining and industrial wastelands. Swachh Bharat Mission. The Swachh Bharat Mission (SBM) is part of the Urban Renewal Mission launched by the Government of India to improve the quality of life in urban slums. A case study of Jhabua district. Jhabua is located in the westernmost agroclimatic zone of Madhya Pradesh. It has tribal population, mostly Bhils. The people suffer due to poverty. Watershed management programs acknowledge the linkage between land, water and vegetation. Attempts to improve livelihoods of people through natural resource management and community participation. The watershed management programs funded by both the Ministries of Rural Development and Agriculture Government of India. It is successfully implemented and preventing land degradation and improving soil quality. The Petlavad block of Jhabua represents an interesting and successful case of government, NGO partnership and community participation in managing watershed programs. They revitalized large parts of common property resources. They also have planted fodder grass on the partial land and adopted social fencing of these lands for at least 2 years. Thank you so much. Hope you are able to understand the chapter.